inverted head and shoulders. If this actually breaks, then we've got a gigantic move in SUI versus Sol. So that tells you if it breaks this, then SUI is the chosen one.
Raoul Pal, CEO of Real Vision, suggested that Ethereum could benefit more than Bitcoin under a Donald Trump administration. He noted that while Bitcoin has vastly outperformed Ethereum in recent months, Trump's victory could shift the momentum in Ethereum's favor. This view comes as Bitcoin hits all-time highs, while Ethereum, while underperforming Bitcoin for most of 2023, showed signs of narrowing the gap in November, rising 7.06% compared to Bitcoin. He believes that Trump's leadership could create favorable regulatory conditions for decentralized finance, DeFi, potentially allowing DeFi utility tokens to offer rewards or yields tied to their specific blockchain networks. Paul also highlighted Ethereum's established position as a widely recognized blockchain in the traditional financial industry, TradFi.
One of the trades that I've done is I've taken lifestyle chips off into longer-term lifestyle chips or longer-term assets. So my thesis is there's a bunch of things I want to do for my life, and I will do that, whether it's a house in Spain, whatever it is, my aspirations and dreams and my wife and my family and looking after everybody, all of those things. But also I want to set myself up for the future when I don't want to take so much risk. And one of those things for me is this basic thesis that this space is going from where it is now today, $3 trillion. It's going to go to 100 trillion by 2032, 2034, 10 years, 100 trillion. That 97 trillion in wealth will be the largest wealth humanity's ever created in the shortest period of time. So if that's the case, then people are going to have investments they want to make for the long term, either to show off or to protect their capital for the future. But the capital for the future, it might not be the stock market because of AI. It might not be many of the things that we know of. Sure, it'll be real estate. People want a nice house.
Paul also acknowledged the growing competition from other blockchains, such as Solana and Sui, which offer distinct advantages. Solana, with its faster transaction speeds and lower costs, has gained ground as a potential rival to Ethereum. Additionally, Sui, in its early stages of rapid growth, is attracting attention from users looking for lower fees. While Ethereum could see substantial growth, Paul suggested that newer platforms like Solana and Sui could offer significant competition, especially for users focused on efficiency and profitability. According to Raoul Pal, Sui might give the biggest breakout everyone is looking for after Solana. Before we move forward, if you want to stay updated with the latest crypto events and news, you can subscribe to our channel and like this video. Now let's get back to Raoul Pal's view on Solana and the overall crypto market. Van Eck, an investment firm that manages more than $100 billion in assets, is adding Sui, a Layer 1 blockchain designed by a former Meta engineer, to its growing basket of crypto products. It is managed to amass a market cap of $8.8 billion, ranking as the 17th largest cryptocurrency since its launch just a year and a half ago. Sui CEO and co-founder Evan Chang said the new investment product is a vote of confidence in Sui's technology, as well as a sign that the traditional financial space is taking the nascent currency seriously. Rather than an exchange-traded fund, some of which have been approved in the U.S. this year for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the new Sui-based product is an exchange-traded note, which is only available in Europe. Paul shared his analysis of the global liquidity cycle, providing a compelling framework for understanding the direction of the cryptocurrency market. Following the 2008 financial crisis, central banks around the world launched an unprecedented monetary expansion, cutting interest rates and injecting liquidity into markets.
But we're not really. It's actually driven by global liquidity. You've all seen this chart before. Every time global liquidity breaks out, it goes through this consolidation pattern. As liquidity tightens, it breaks out. Crypto breaks out with it. Now, global liquidity is contracting right now, but it did break out to a new high. It's expected to break out going forwards, and I'll show you that in a second. So we're at the point where crypto does really well, which is the banana zone. Crypto follows global liquidity, does it really well. It's got an 87.5% correlation. Global liquidity is forecast by our models at Global Macro Investor to keep going forward. Global liquidity comes in these seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. Again, I've covered these a lot. We are in summer. If you look at the summer periods of that weird mustard orange, we always have a strong market in liquidity. So that's debasement of currency that makes our number go up. Our number go up is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the benchmark asset. And again, we go further out the risk curve. Late summer and fall is all about the risk curve. We'll come on to that. But if you look at the mustard periods, it's always gone up in summer. In fact, so is the NASDAQ. All risk assets always go up. Election years, same thing. Presidential election cycle, all the same thing. And then in fall, we tend to have a good rally, and then we top out eventually.
This pattern, dubbed by Paul as the macro summer and fall, has been beneficial for growth assets such as cryptocurrencies. Paul's recognition of the cyclical nature present in the liquidity cycle highlights its importance as a key factor in driving asset expansion. As global debt increases, causing fiat currencies to lose value, investors turn to alternative sources of value, driving up asset prices. The rapid rate of adoption is another important factor driving the rapid growth of the cryptocurrency market, highlighting the similarities to the rapid rise of the internet. Paul emphasizes the importance of Metcalfe's law in understanding this event. With the expected surge in the cryptocurrency market driven by macroeconomic trends, increased adoption, and institutional interest, the possibility of reaching $100 trillion seems more realistic. Despite the obstacles that will arise in the future, the solid foundations supporting this expansion remain strong. Cryptocurrencies Peanut, Pepe, WIF, and Brett recorded the biggest gains among the top 100 cryptocurrencies by market cap on November 14th, as analysts predicted altcoin season was approaching. Peanut the squirrel has soared 122.5% over the past day, pushing its market cap to over $2 billion. The meme coin hit an all-time high of $2.44. The recent surge in memes and other altcoins has pushed the sector's market cap up by as much as 9%, reaching a record high of $126.6 billion. This rally follows Donald Trump's recent election win and Bitcoin hitting new highs multiple times over the past few days. As Bitcoin navigates its price discovery phase, analysts are actively debating the potential for an upcoming altcoin season, speculating that this momentum could soon spark a broader altcoin rally. According to crypto analyst Miles Dutcher, the market is currently still in the Bitcoin phase of the cycle, where the flagship cryptocurrency remains in price discovery and continues to rally and absorb liquidity until it reaches the top of the cycle. The altcoin season begins after Bitcoin dominance begins to decline. Paul says Solana is likely to outperform Ethereum during this cycle, but an altcoin could do even better. According to Paul, a top 20 altcoin by market cap and a relatively new entrant into the Layer 1 sector is likely to outperform not only Solana and Ethereum, but also Bitcoin. Paul says Ethereum's outperformance over Bitcoin is partly because the crypto cycle has entered the risk-taking phase. Decentralized finance, DeFi utility tokens are starting to offer a return or reward from the underlying protocol that creates network value. Most of them are on Ethereum. Traditional finance, TradFi, is likely to start building broader use cases, but on the most proven and adopted chain. Think of Ethereum as the Microsoft of Web3.